still my town. My town.
Hi, welcome back to Connecting Clarkston, Season 3, Episode 9. Katie and I are here today with a repeat guest, which is always super fun for us, the wonderful Kyle Hughes, who teaches at Clarkston High School in the CSM Tech program and also runs Rush Robotics, which is a fantastic program that we'll hear a little bit about, but especially because the exciting regatta is coming up, the annual regatta. And we also have Aubrey Spencer here, who is a rising senior, also in Rush Robotics, and I'm assuming CSM Tech that. No, you're not.
Nope.
Oh, you can do. Oh, I didn't know
No,
you
I
could
gave you a
do-
new one this time.
Oh, that's exciting. That was actually one of my questions. If you could be in Rush without being in CSM Tech. Okay, let's talk about. Okay, let's start there. How do kids get involved in Rush? First of all, at the high school.
They apply at the 8th grade, at the end of 8th grade, or 9th, 10th, 11th. It depends on what year they want to be on Team Rush. And we gather all of our students in the spring because we do all of our fundraising during the summer.
Okay.
And so that's where the regatta comes in, is that this is our big fundraiser, and everything else, if you want to say, it's our soup of everything. But students come in, we send out advertisements through the messaging here in the building at the junior high, and also through our e-blasts.
Okay.
A lot of it's word of mouth.
Yeah.
A lot of the students come up through our feeder programs.
And how did you get involved, Aubrey?
Well, Finn Berard was a senior last year, and he found me when I was just in 8th grade, and he told me, like, there's this really cool program downstairs, you really got to try it out. So I decided, sure, I'll apply, and then now I'm here.
This is your 4th year.
Yeah.
So it is, like you said, word of mouth, and it kind of works. And so we're specifically talking about this regatta. Like, tell us the history of the regatta. You can tell us the story you told us offline, if you want to. If you don't, you don't have to. But it's been around for a minute, right?
All right. Yes. So this is our 18th year, and 18 years ago, I was in an awards ceremony, and needless to say, we had a little bit too much wine. And we were sitting at a table, and one of my mentors, who's still one of my mentors today, said, "You know what we should do? We should build a regatta where the kids build cardboard and duct tape boats. They get sponsorships for their boats, and then the team gets the sponsorship money, and then they learn how to do all this." And I said, "Oh yeah, it's a great idea," after having too many glasses of wine. And so when I got interviewed by the news, I said, "Oh yeah, we're going to start this new thing called a regatta." And the next morning I went, what did I sign up for? What did I? And I don't think I've drank wine since, because, well, here we are, 18 years later, I don't know how to stop it. But yeah, that's how it started many years ago.
Great
but
story.
Since then, it just has gotten better. I mean, the first year we did it, I think we raised around $8,000 or $9,000, which blew our minds. We had no idea, and now it's much bigger. We want to travel to an out-of-state tournament and down to the World Championship. In order to do that, we need at least last year it was $88,000. So we use the regatta to try to raise as much money as we can through this process, so that we can know that is ready to go when school starts. So the kids aren't fundraising when school starts. I want them to focus on school, and so instead we take 3 weeks of the summer, right?
Yep.
It's even more than that. We got another 2.5 to go.
Where does the regatta happen?
We have always been on Deer Lake Beach, and it's free for the day. So we come down, we invite everybody and anybody to come down. It's really a great community event. People on the lake will a lot of times get into their boats and come out and watch it. We used to have the Oakland County Sheriff years ago, when the budgets weren't all cut and they were no longer on different lakes. They would come out and they would make sure that everybody was safe. But we have better rules now, so now we know that it's a little safer. We also can look at boats ahead of time and go, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Some don't make it past the starting line. So,
Okay.
So yeah, it's at Deer Lake on that day.
And what day is it?
It is July 12th.
Okay.
And the boat parade, which I think is amazing, right? The boat parade is at noon, and the students have to carry. So the students, every team is themed. So that there's 4 to 6 kids on a team, and every team is themed. And the boat parade, they have their theme with their boat, and then they have to carry it down the beach area and then carry it back. They have to tell us what they want announced, just like an award ceremony. They also have music that matches their theme, and people applaud, and it's just really fun. And then they go right into the lake after that. So then the race starts. So 12 o'clock is the boat parade, and then I would say no later than 12:30. We get in pretty fast, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about your theme with your team.
Well, my theme is Star Wars. The people on my team, we don't really have a lot of Star Wars knowledge, but we thought it'd be a really fun theme. So we're gonna watch the movies together and get to know like about Star Wars, and we'll have like a spaceship boat, and we'll dress up as stormtroopers and.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
That's awesome.
Do you know what the other teams' themes are, or is it like a secret and a grand reveal?
Everyone tells people their themes. I don't remember all of them, but I know Team 3 is magic, so they're gonna have a magician and a little bunny, and there's a How to Train Your Dragon boat. I don't know about their theme a lot, but I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the themes are from anywhere. Like one year it was M&Ms, and they all came with little M&M costumes on, and it's whatever they come up with. The fun one is one year was the Titanic, another one was Yellow Submarine, and of course they all dress up, and you can hear the music on the beach as they're going. It's just amazing. We have a DJ down there, so they will play music on the beach, and we'll be announcing what's going on the water.
So it's 4 teams. Are you like just racing each other, or other teams from around?
There's 6 teams.
Oh, there's 6 teams.
Yep.
Okay.
6 teams, and they will have first they'll have their original race to get their timing and to get their seating. So they know that first race is really important because that's going to be one less time for their boat in the water.
And where are they racing?
Yeah.
Around the swimming area of Deer Lake Beach.
Okay.
So if you're in the water, in the swim area, you just watch the boats go around you, or you watch the boats go down.
So if you're on a boat, because you said people will
They're
sometimes,
on the other side of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just like anchor and watch from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's fun. So tell us about how the sponsorships work. Do you need some more help from the community? How can the community help this event and your Rush Robotics team?
Well, thank you for asking. If anyone is interested in sponsoring a boat, let me know. We do have students. They because it costs so much to travel, we don't charge the kids. It's around $3,000 a student to travel, and we don't charge them that. We all raise the money. So all of them are supposed to be coming to the table with $1,000 of sponsorship.
Okay.
If someone was interested in sponsoring a student, they can reach out to me, and I would definitely point them in the direction of the kids that need some help, and so that they can get that feel good of understanding. They learn how to cold call, they learn how to write emails, they learn how to develop a relationship. The fun thing about the regatta is we'll take sponsorship. I think we had a $3 sponsorship the other day, and all the way to $10,000. Henry Willison is very helpful with us in our sponsorship, and with the David W. Elliott Memorial Foundation. And so we have a huge gambit. Almost everybody is on the back of the shirt, regardless.
Okay.
And then these are our local shirts that we wear everywhere. So anyone who gets on the back of the shirt, they'll see us in the parade. They'll see us, when we do any of our local stuff. If they're above a certain level, believe it's 1,000 on up, then they become our team shirt. And that's internationally, people will see our shirts and from there. But if you sponsor for the regatta, that carries you all the way through until the next year on whatever we do.
Is your logo on the boat?
Our Team Rush logos?
No. Like, is it like NASCAR?
Oh, they'll have a big. Good question. There was one year where a lot of politics were going on. It was a political year, an election year, and some of the politicians paid to have their name on the side of the boat, right?
Yes. Okay.
So that was extra. We thought that was kind of brilliant of the students. But they all have to have this flag, and it's a 2-foot by 3-foot flag that has to fly behind their on their boat. So when they go out, that's on there, and then we also have the logos advertised on the beach as well. And so then they also get they also will be published in that whatever electronic emails we send out during our year.
How big are these boats? That's a pretty big flag. How other dimensions? Like, do you have to stay within certain parameters, or how does it work?
There is a
there's
limit, right?
limits.
Okay.
Mine have usually been around like 100 inches long and 45-ish inches wide. So It's around that size.
Oh, wow.
And did you say the teams are 4 to 6 people?
Yes, and we also have we have 6 teams.
Okay.
And they're all anywhere between 4 and 6 kids on the team.
And how many kids are in the boat?
At least 4.
Okay, Aubrey, tell us about how these boats get around the lake, the course. How do you guys propel yourselves and not sink?
So everyone uses these paddles, and everyone has the same strategy, like row as fast as you can and just try to be the fastest boat.
What percentage of the boats stay afloat through the whole course?
Usually there's only like 1 or 2 that sink. So
Okay.
In the last few years, they've gotten much better. Well, it's tribal knowledge, right? They know because they've been on it for a couple of years. You even told me on the way up that you have a powerhouse team, right?
Yeah.
Because one of Amira, who you've met before,
Yeah.
is the key fundraiser on that team, and she's going to town. And then Aubrey was bragging on the way up here about how good she is at building a boat.
Fantastic.
So I'm hoping to see you guys last the whole. If it goes down, everyone's hearing about this right now.
It won't
There's
go
a
down.
lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
You're manifesting greatness.
Yeah,
today.
of course.
I like it. I really like it. And you guys are concurrently running a day camp, right?
Oh,
Can you
yes, right now.
tell us a little bit about that?
It's been wonderful. We had camps last week and this week. This is our last week. If we want to back up, as soon as school was out, we did a Rush camp, which is just for the Rush kids, and us preparing, getting to know the mentors and the students. We have 10 new students this year. We have 17 that have only been on the team for a year, and then we have 7 that have more than 1 year of experience. Okay. So we have a very young team, and which is why the regatta this year is going to be fun, because I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But the first week we were out of school, we just had Rush Camp, and then this last 2 weeks we've been doing camps for kids, and it's been exciting. We've also added some new camps this year. One is a design lab, which is going on
right now.
Yeah. And they're making some really cool little projects. One is a little box that says "World's Greatest Whatever," and then we are laser engraving their names, and so they can put them in them. They made T-shirts this morning. They designed their own logo that represented them, and just neat science technology stuff. We also have 3D printing camps, and we also have what else? We have Nature Explorers. This is a new camp where we have a new counselor who's come in, and she's connecting art with nature. And the science with it all. So we were talking about rocks earlier today. Just really neat. I mean, there's a whole variety, because we want kids to understand that learning is fun. Yeah. And summer camp is amazing. And the kids come in for half a day, either morning or afternoon. And I was dumbfounded by how many kids last week signed up again for week 2 of either a different camp or the next level of what they were in. Robotics, of course, is also there.
What are the age range for the camps?
We have kindergarten through 3rd grade is our junior robotics program.
Okay.
I realize we are missing a window from 3rd to 5th grade. It occurred to me today, I haven't done this enough, and today I'm like, where are our 3rd graders? But then we have from 5th to 9th all of the other selections. We have drones, which is just exploding.
Oh, I bet.
So we've had 2 full weeks of drones, So.
And do all of the Rush team members help at the camp? Is it required, or is it just, hey, if you can, a volunteer thing? How does it work?
Kind of both and all of it.
Okay.
It's an expectation that if they are available, they are here.
Okay.
And you ran girls camp last week, and you're
Yeah.
also part of design camp this week.
Yes.
She's our illustrator expert. So
cool.
she does work on the laser cutters and the vinyl cutters and whatever cutters we could get her involved in.
All the colors. I feel like you have such a cool world. I know you said it's in the basement right here at the high school, and it's like this whole new world.
It is a
And
world.
these kids are doing amazing things, and then they're out in the community. I'm always so impressed with this whole program that you've been running for
29 years.
29
We're going into our
years.
30th.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's amazing.
I know it's exciting to see these kids downstairs. For instance, Illustrator is taught in CSM Tech, but back to the very beginning, she's not in CSM Tech. But instead, she's learned it on Team Rush, and now she's teaching CSM Tech students how to do something before they've even learned it in the program. And so it's just the way that these kids, and our Rush students are amazing with younger kids. Amazing. They have unbelievable patience. But we work real hard on, I don't know if you've heard of the fish principles out of the fish market from Seattle, I believe it is. The four things are...
have fun, be there, make their day, and choose your attitude.
So those are the four things that we really focused on in Rush Camp. Each day was one of those themes. And then we said, okay, now you're going to get some campers, and what are you going to do? You're going to be present. Get rid of your phones. You're going to have fun. You're going to make their day. You're going to... And it just, even choosing their attitude, they don't realize, many adults don't realize that they can choose their attitude. And we really focus on that, so these kids get that extra bump. And then they've got all these little kids that have no idea what they're doing because they've had their face inside, phones for too much. And then we come in, and the first thing I say is, okay, no phones this week. And we've had campers that just are like, I need my phone. She went from a phone to her watch and was texting Mom on her watch. Mom, I need this right now. Get me out of here. Someone beam me up now.
That's funny.
So,
that's good.
but it's good because everybody is present.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's such a rarity. It's like writing a letter to somebody. They learn how to do that too.
You're like, what's a pen? What's paper?
What's the envelope? How do you
address it? Yeah, what's the stamp? Tell everybody how they can get involved with not only Rush, but the summer camp. I know it's full this year, but just kind of all of your information. Where do we find all of that?
The best place to go is teamrush27.net. I think you have to have a www on the front, but if you search Team Rush 27, it should show up. And poke around there, and then if there's something that you can't find, just contact me, and I believe my contact's on there, and I'd be happy to. I mean, we have many mentors and many specialists that come in and help us, which is wonderful because I have such visions of more, and I just can't do it myself. So I need people to come in and be able to work with the kids on the more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's fantastic. Such an amazing community program too, all around. So if there are any sponsors out there who are interested in sponsoring Team Rush and Rush Robotics, please get a hold of Kyle Hughes.
Thank you.
Thank you both for joining us today, and we are very excited for the regatta on June 12th, or July 12th.
July 12th, thank you. I almost
Deer Lake
repeated
Beach.
you.
Yeah, we're going back in time.
July 12th at noon, and just know parking is terrible.
Okay.
So you'll have to park probably down a depot area and then walk down, unless you get there at 8 o'clock in the morning because it packs very fast.
Yeah. Good luck.
Right.
Good luck to you, Aubrey, and your
Thank
team.
you.
Go Star Wars.
This podcast is brought to you by Independence Television, located inside Clarkston High School. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Independence Television, Independence Township, or Clarkston Community Schools.